if I'm weird, but xin chào party, hôm nay chúng mình là giàu. And welcome back to Just Taty TV, Taty TV, Just Taty TV, Taty TV. And I am back with another freaking video. What's today? Oh, 10. Today is day 10 of countdown to Christmas. Let's get it started. Hey. So. Oh, and I'm a lady say. Alright, so what are we doing today, you might ask? Well, honestly, I didn't know at first because, like, yeah, I honestly didn't know. And I was like, what do we do? So I have decided that we are going to be reading some urban legends from my state, Michigan. Let's see if the stuff that I did not know. Let's find some stuff that might freak me out. I won't get freaked out. Let's get into the video. Alright, so the first one that we are going to be reading is called, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is called Nyan Rouge. I don't like the way I say it. Rude. Okay. So, the Nyan Rouge is French for red dwarf. Is it dwarf or is it dwarf? That sounds dumb. It's dwarf. Never mind. Which is an anonymous figure in Detroit folklore. Wait. According to the legend, Detroit's founder, Anthony de la... I don't know how to say it. Cadillac, I will insert the name because yeah, encountered a demon-like creature that called itself the Nyan Rouge and cursed the entire city. Well, thanks a lot. The creature is said to have popped up throughout Detroit's history, usually during tragic events. Sightings were reported during the 1805 fire, which burnt almost the entire city to the ground, and also during the 1968 riots. Now, in 1976, two police officers claimed to see what they thought was a child climbing a utility pole during a brutal winter storm, only to realize it was the Nyan Rouge. Now, in recent years, the Nyan Rouge has become a beloved fixture in Detroit. Detroit's crazy, insane, but aren't we all? In 2010, citizens began to have an annual parade in the celebration of the creature, and local wine companies and breweries even make wine and beer in honor of the demonic entity. Just not talk about that one. Like I don't. Why would you celebrate a demonic entity? Like, let me know. Whoa. The next one, the Michigan Dog Man. Hey, Dog Man. Okay, the Michigan Dog Man was first spotted in Wexford County in 1887 by a pair of lumberjacks who claimed they saw an animal they thought was a dog. Upon chasing down the animal out of curiosity, they discovered it was actually a dog head attached to a man's body, which then other stories about the Dog Man followed. A farmer was supposedly found dead near his plow with giant dog tracks surrounding his body. A boat captain and his crew claimed they were attacked by a pack of dogs, only to see one dog stand up on its hind legs. The standing dog reportedly had narrow yellow eyes and a man's body. Now, the Dog Man story did fade into relevant obscurity and might have stayed that way if it were not for Northern Michigan DJ Steve Cook. In 1987, Cook recorded a song about the dog man, which became quite popular. This led to increase in public interest in the dog man. Friends. In 1987, Cook recorded a song about Dog Man, which became quite popular. This led to increased public interest in the Dog Man, and perhaps due to the power of suggestion alone, more and more residents reported sightings after the song released. No, y'all was just seeing what y'all wanted to see. Y'all know y'all saw a little dog go roof roof. Y'all stop playing with me. Y'all crazy. Like, am I crazy? Maybe. But anyway, next one. The ghost in the Michigan Bell Telephone Company. According to local lore, the home of the Michigan Bell Telephone Company in downtown Grand Rapids was once a boarding house called Jude White House. Judd White House. Jude White House. Judd White House, okay. Which had quite a grisly history. The story states that a young couple named Warren and Virginia Randall moved into the Judd White House in 1907. At the time, the two were very happy together. In 1809, however, Warren was involved in a mishap at his job with the Indian Road Rail, costing him his leg. Their marriage soon fell apart as Warren became paranoid and thought Virginia was cheating on him. She ultimately left him, but he eventually convinced her to see him again and lure her back into the Jude White House. So basically, him accusing her of cheating actually led her to leave. So basically, don't accuse your significant other of something that they didn't do unless they really did do it, and you got all right to murder their ass. Anyway, Warren had hit Virginia with his wooden leg before tear gassing a fixture on the wall. As the fume begins to fill the room, he took a straight razor and slit his own throat. Won't do that around here. Complaints of a terrible odor led the authorities to discovering the body. The boarding house was eventually demolished, and the Michigan Bell Tower Telephone Company built their offices on the empty lot. While the story isn't found in any official records, many locals believe it to be true. People claim they could still hear the Randalls wailing in the night and the tapping sound of Warren's wooden leg. Now, let's go to the next one. Madame Majeski. If you find yourself in the Upper Peninsula, you may want to see a show in Calman, Michigan Historic Calman Theater. Home to many local productions, the theater also alleges the houses of the ghost of a Polish opera singer, Madame Helen Majeski. Majeski died in 1909, a few years after the theater opened, and had performed there 3 times prior to her passing. Many actors and visitors have reported seeing Madame Majeski over the years. In 1958, an actress fumbled over her lines during a performance of the Taming of the Shrew. I was going to say show of the Shrew. She claimed Madame Majeski appeared to her on the theater's balcony and mouthed the lines. Technical directors and janitors also have caught a glimpse of her ghostly figure. There have also been reports of unexplained music, random cold breezes, and door handles that lock on their own. They ain't locking on their own, Craig. They ain't locking on their own. She locking them up. Stay out her personal space, obviously. Now, to the next one. Mackinac Island Drowning Pool. Mackinac Island is located in northern Michigan. It is a small island that a major tourist destination throughout Michigan and the Midwest in general. Why didn't I know that? I live in Michigan and I had no clue about that. Next. It is also home to the mysterious drowning pool urban legend. According to the story, throughout the 1700s and 1800s, several women were accused of witchcraft and taken to a Mackinac Island lagoon for tests. The women then had rocks tied to their feet and were thrown into the waters. So basically they were just killed. If the women were witches, according to the local superstition, they could save themselves from drowning. You can still visit the lagoon where the trials allegedly occurred. Visitors reported seeing phantom figures, also unusual and random splashing in the water. So basically, they just killed them because they thought they was witches. You know, back in the day was crazy. Back in the day was real crazy. And like, I just don't understand. Like, why? Oh, we're gonna see if you're a witch. Let's tie rocks to you and throw you in water. Alright, the Melonheads. The Melonheads exist as a legend in more than one place, but the tales of their presence sprouted up throughout Michigan, especially in the Holland region. Origin stories vary, but many talk about the hospital treating kids with hydrocephalus. Sorry, I couldn't say it. A condition that causes water on the brain that can lead to an enlarged skull. The Melonheads appear as small figures the size of children with large round heads. In some stories, the hospitals shut down, leaving the children with nowhere to go, so they began living in the woods. In other stories, the doctor was abusive to the children and they ran away, killing the doctor first in some versions, and took up residency in the forest. Whichever version you're here to, the end result is that Melonhead children and their descendants wandering throughout woodland in western Michigan. Teens that grew up in this area in the 60s and 70s frequently claim to have spotted Melonheads in the woods. I really just think that that name for them is really disrespectful. Like, what a-hole. Okay, whatever. But anyway, that was the end of this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, better dog and better right. See you doing it low. So everybody, you know, I'll see you guys next video. Bye.